Om Shanti. Good afternoon to all the viewers, today's participant and well-wisher. The Dharma Counseling Social Counseling as Future Health topic for today's webinar is accept, but do not expect. Counselor is none other than Dr. Tulika Dasi. Like to give a brief introduction about today's counselor. Dr. Tulika Dasi was working as a faculty in one of the reputed technical institutes in Kolkata, and recently she has taken the retirement. After retirement, she is giving services for webinars, and she has got a degree in counseling and speech health. With her in supportive role, we have Sister Rakhi Maharaji. Rakhi Maharaji is from the education sector, working as a teacher in one of the reputed schools in Jammu. She is a private entrepreneur, besides that, holding a master's in counseling and spiritual health, practicing as a spiritual counselor very successfully for the last 3 years. Today's session will be live on YouTube as well as Facebook. We accept any kind of mental health related counseling requests from our viewers to like, share, and subscribe YouTube channel for themselves and to their friends. Also, we will be happy if they can be with us for the session from the beginning to end. We accept any kind of mental health related counseling. Viewers can reach to the free counseling found on the website name is www.spiritualseva.com.in. Also, we can be in contact in WhatsApp number 93210700078. With the remembrance of beloved Shiv Baba, who is our Supreme Father, Supreme Teacher, Supreme Sadguru, and also Supreme Counselor. We also seek the blessing from our most loving Dadis and also from senior brothers and sisters. Now, may I request today's counselor, Dr. Tulika Dasi, to start today's session. Thank you very much. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good afternoon, everybody. Today's topic of our demo counseling is accept, do not expect. In recent years, rapid urbanization in India has led to changes in lifestyle, living conditions, and family structures. Urban areas have higher living costs, limited space, which can influence decisions about family. In this growing competitive world, it is difficult for parents to provide education and all facilities to their children. Earlier, not too much importance was given to raising children with utmost care. But now parents want the best life for their children. They feel that providing one child with good lifestyle is better than not being able to provide basic amenities to many. Moreover, couples who are career conscious are increasingly opting to be childless for a better quality of life without the worries of raising a child. Today's case is about the difficulties that the wife faces when the couple takes such a decision. Now, with the blessings of our Supreme Teacher, Counselor, and Father, Parampita Paramatma, Rakhi sister and I will begin the session.
Ma'am, what I say to you, I have told you in the phone, I'm very much depressed. That's the reason I'm here to tell you that, ma'am, I am married and also doing a job. And in nowadays, I have also become very intolerant. I get agitated very quickly and crying and start crying for no reason. And then my husband suggested me I have met you. That's the reason I'm here.
Okay. Where do you stay, sister? And what do you do?
I do a job in IT sector.
Okay. Where, sister?
And I am in Assam.
Okay.
I came
And you do a job where?
Yeah.
Your office is where?
My office is in Kolkata, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So where does your husband work? And where does he stay?
My husband works in the IT sector. After 1 year of my job, my parents got me married to an IT engineer working in Assam. After about 1 month of our marriage, he joined me in Kolkata,
Okay.
and since then we have been staying together. He works from home, and every alternate month he has to be physically present in his office. So he goes for 2 3 days just there
Okay.
in his office.
Then when he's not in Kolkata, do you stay alone in the flat during that time?
Oh yes, ma'am. I'm after I get appointment in this job in a new and unknown place. I was a bit nervous. At the same time, I was very excited to get the job. My father came with me. We stayed in a hotel and looked for a house. My office is not in a residential place, ma'am. So I got a flat quite far away from my office. My father left after a week. Since then, until I got married, I have lived alone in the flat. So I am used into staying alone.
Okay. How long does it take to reach your workplace?
Um, uh, I travel by bus. I leave at home at 9 a.m. and return after 9 p.m. We have to work in shift. When I have night shift, I have to reach office by 8 p.m. and return home at 9 p.m. I have holidays on Saturday and Sunday.
Do you enjoy your work? How is your relation with your colleagues?
I always enjoyed my work, and the relation with my colleagues have been very good until last month. I was very happy. I was really happy, ma'am, that time.
Okay. How do you manage both your office and home together?
When I have day shift, my husband manages everything because he works from home. We have a maid who helps me with the cleaning, dusting, and cooking, washing. My husband does the cooking. When I have night shift, I feel very sleepy and sleep till evening. So my husband does most of the work at weekends, and I help him then.
Does he ever complain for having to do most of the work alone at home?
No, he's very understanding and adjusting.
Okay.
Very nice
Don't
person.
okay. Don't you visit your in-laws and parents?
Yes, ma'am. Once a year we go to Assam and visit my parents and in-laws.
Okay. Do your parents and in-laws visit you sometimes?
My parents uh, never visited me since my marriage, but 6 months ago, my in-laws have come to stay with us.
Then why are you depressed now? Has there been any change in your lifestyle?
Not exactly, ma'am, but my mother-in-law is very active and energetic. She does all the house work, just like cooking, washing, everything.
Is she unhappy with you because you cannot help her?
No, no, she is very nice lady. She is very independent. She manages all the work alone.
Is she unhappy with you because you cannot help her?
Uh, nahi, she's happy. No, no, she don't angry with me.
Okay. Then why have you become intolerant? And why do you start crying for no reason?
Actually, ma'am, now my mother-in-law wants a grandchild.
So what's wrong in it? All elderly women desire to become grandmothers.
But ma'am, as you say, right, but actually, ma'am, time has changed. It is very difficult to live and bring up the children when both parents are working. Also, it is very difficult to bringing up children when mothers are out of home for more than 12 hours during the day and also in the night. So how I uh, think about this?
Okay.
And again, my husband and I have studied in government schools nowadays. Standard of education in government schools have gone down, and everybody select the option for private school. Private schools are very expensive, ma'am, as you know, and we cannot afford to spend so much upon our child. Besides, private tuition is a must nowadays. Unless we go special coaching, the child will not be able to choose a stream of his or her choice. Besides, extracurricular activities such as singing, dancing, recitation, gymnastics, karate, swimming, and also very necessary for the development of child. This means every child requires 24 hours of supervision and attention of his mother. So, in this, it is possible for us how we think about the child.
Okay. What is your husband's opinion?
He has also made up his mind not to go for a baby at that time. Think about na.
Yeah.
We decide nahi hai कि how we take the decision recently.
Okay. See, if both of you have taken the decision together, why are you disturbed?
Because my mother-in-law is very nagging, ma'am. From morning till night, she has no other topic of discussion. She only compares me with her relatives, neighbors, friends. Life has very miserable, ma'am. What I say to you.
Doesn't your husband say anything then?
No, he's very reserved. He does not speak much. He shuts himself in his own room because he does his work from home, and he uses plugs. He also tells me not to pay attention to my mother-in-law.
You're
So
very,
what I
you're very fortunate to get such an understanding and considerate husband, isn't
uh,
it? So you should be very happy.
yeah. Actually, a few weeks ago, ma'am, I was at my workplace. All of a sudden, one of my colleagues looked at me and said, "It's time for you a plan for a baby."
So what happened then?
I don't know what happened to me at that moment. I flared up and I immediately left my desk and complained to the my team leader. Uh, she took up the matter to the HR. I did not want the matter to go such an extent. I was angry with my husband. After 2 days, I left my mother's place. I stayed there for more than a month without giving any information to my office. There were several calls from my office. I had switched off the phone. As I was not available, the HR called my husband and wanted to verify the matter. My husband had no idea about the incident.
When did
That's
you
the
return?
reason.
When did you return?
I returned 2 days earlier, ma'am.
Is your mother-in-law still disturbing you?
Uh, no, ma'am. They have gone a holiday. My husband conveyed the news, so I returned home.
What shall you do when they return home?
I really don't know. My husband suggested me I when I take my that's the reason I'm here. He suggested me to meet the ma'am, and what she take the suggestion of the Tulika sisters. What she says, In that case, why you depressed?
Okay. See, sister, I
That's
understand your point of view. Taking care of a child is really a full-time job. And raising children need a commitment, a huge commitment. See, education
Mhm.
and medical expenditure have increased enormously in the recent years. According to
Yeah,
you, your mother-in-law is very active, energetic, she's efficient. She does all the housework, cooking, washing,
alone.
everything alone. She does not
Yeah,
expect you to help her in the housework. She's
yeah.
very independent and she manages everything by herself.
जी.
So just look at her qualities. She's so considerate. She understands that you spend long hours out of home. And so she does not expect your help even during the holidays, isn't it? She's an independent lady where household chores are concerned. So you must be grateful to her. Do you know something? A survey was conducted to study how a grandmother's brain reacts to pictures of their grandchildren in comparison to their children. And it was found grandmas feel more affection towards their grandchildren than their own adult children. So this is very natural that your mother-in-law now wants to be a grandmother. You can't blame her for that, can you?
No, ma'am, but she does not understand us. ना कि uh, our life is enjoying ना. कौन
Yes.
सा हम अभी कहीं बूढ़े हो रहे हैं या कहीं जा रहे हैं. We, my husband and I wanted to live life happily. That's
Okay.
the reason.
Okay. See, this
And
is
what is the age? अभी हमारी एज क्या? I'm just 29 years old ना.
uh,
My husband is 32, 33. Just
okay. See, you can't blame her. This is because of generation gap. A generation gap is a difference of opinions, attitudes, behavior, beliefs, and values between two generations. Your mother-in-law belongs to another generation. So first of all, you must try to understand her. So you should understand her. Okay. See, she has brought up her son in a time where life was not so complicated. As you said, education in government schools and colleges were cheap. Standard of teaching and learning there were very high. In fact, students from government schools and colleges performed better. The standard of living in those times was not very high. Students did not go to coaching centers to get special coaching in studies and games. After school or during holidays, teachers gave special coaching to the weaker students. See, even 15 years ago, it was quite normal for children to travel independently and play outside for hours. So your mother-in-law thinks it is very easy to bring up children. But over the past few years, parents' attitude towards children have changed. Parents want their children to excel in every field, not only in studies, but also in extracurricular activities. So today's parents spend more time with their children, whereas previous generations spent more time doing adult activities when their children were around. Sister, modern parents insist more on family activities. They take their children out in the weekends and during holidays more than their parents did. See, this involves money, isn't it? They cannot avoid them because their children will start comparing with their friends' parents. The older generations taught their children practical life skills. See, for example, they taught their children how to ride a cycle, mend torn clothes, gardening, any other useful work. But parents
Mhm.
nowadays do not mend clothes. They will buy new ones. No, because they have enough money. They will keep a gardener. They will not buy a bicycle for their children. They will buy a bike for their adult children. See, as a
Mhm.
result, nowadays, parents' lives are busier than ever between work, family, and the pressures of modern life. You are right from your standpoint of view. As a result, child rearing has become a full-time job. See, your mother-in-law has no idea of this. So you must have empathy for her and you must not get depressed with what she says. You must accept her as she is. See, accepting does not mean that you agree with her in everything. Accepting means that you do not get disturbed at what she says. Be empathetic, be understanding. She's not at all wrong to expect a grandchild, is she? See, it is said that God designed marriage for three primary purposes: companionship, procreation, and redemption. Today, the concept of marriage is about companionship only. So just avoiding your mother-in-law will not solve the problem. If you and your husband have taken a firm decision regarding this, I don't think that you will face any problem. Both you and your husband should sit with your in-laws and tell them your joint decision. It is not your job alone to handle this issue with his parents. Sister, both of you must explain the situation to them. So you must be prepared before speaking to your in-laws. Be polite. If your husband does not feel at ease and want to avoid such conversation with his parents, tell him that since this is a joint decision, both of you must face them together. If your husband feels uncomfortable, let him be silent. Let him not speak. You speak out. His presence is sufficient to make them understand that both of you have taken the decision together. So just sit down and explain everything in detail. Tell them that you do like babies and children. Children are really nice, but bringing up a child is a full-time job. And once you bring a child into this world, you become a parent till your last breath. Parent means taking responsibility of the child from birth till the last moment of your life. In India, parents take responsibility of their grandchildren too. See, so tell her firmly that you do not want to avoid responsibility, but she must understand that rearing children is very expensive in the present time. See, the cost of raising a child has increased over the years, including expenses related to education, healthcare, housing, and other essentials. Economic uncertainty and the desire to provide a good quality of life for children has compelled you and your husband to take this decision. For quality education, the school fees plus coaching fees of one child may run into thousands per month. See, explain to them that in future, their medical bills may run up to 5 to 10,000 per month. Just politely tell them that you and your husband are not in a favorable position to bear such huge expenses in the coming years. Childcare costs, and you will not be able to take leave from office at your discretion. You are committed to your office. You cannot take leave whenever you feel like. See, besides, high housing prices and shortage of full-time jobs will not allow you to leave your job after the baby is born, and you cannot take up a new job when the child grows up. So explain to her that 20 years ago, the scenario was quite different. While it's true that your parents were less prosperous, your father could pay for all the expenditures from his own income, while your mother was a homemaker and quite content and happy to look after everybody's needs. Tell them both of you must progress in your professional career. Nowadays, it's just too hard to rear babies and be successful in the professional career at the same time. See, both fields require attention and hard work. So bringing up children in today's world consume time, money, emotional energy that is often beyond a person's capabilities. You said that she's very nagging and repeatedly brings up this topic. Since you know her nature, why are you holding her words in your mind? Change the topic, remain silent, avoid her, or just say, we are adults, it's our decision, please respect our wishes. See, as many times as she tells you about the baby, you can also tell her the same things, okay? But not being disturbed. Sister, she may not understand your point of view immediately. Please give her enough time. Meanwhile, be patient. Give her enough time to accept your views. Just as you expect her to understand you, she also expects you to understand her. See, to her, bringing children into this world after marriage is natural. She cannot imagine why you are thinking differently. See, no two people in this world are the same. Thoughts will differ, opinions will vary, our belief systems will be different. Everything depends upon the environment in which we are brought up in, our association, our experience, and many other things. They are very, very difficult to change. So we cannot change one another's thoughts. We cannot change others' opinions so easily. At the same time, we must respect each other's views. This is called acceptance. When we accept each other, we do not get disturbed by their behavior and actions. So we can live peacefully and happily in spite of being different from each other. So please maintain cordial relations with your mother-in-law, even if she still hints for you to have a baby. Be polite. Don't be rude. Don't argue. Don't continue the conversation. Don't get disturbed. Always remain calm. See, even if this does not work, spend more time on your job when they are with you. Pursue higher education. Focus your attention on promotion. Spend more time on hobbies. You said that she's very active and likes to take charge of everything alone. She doesn't need anyone's help. So she will also like to be left alone when she's with you. Another thing, sister, you said that recently you got upset with your colleagues' remarks, isn't it? You cannot
Yes.
expect everybody to behave as you want them to, can you? You must ignore such remarks that your colleagues make. Remain silent, don't answer back, don't react. At the most, you can say, today's world is filled with so much pollution, corruption, competition, diseases, anxieties, and countless problems. No one is happy in today's world. So I cannot be cruel to bring a soul into this living hell. See, they will stop making remarks. I hope I have been able to convince you. I wish you all the best. But see, please don't avoid your please don't avoid your mother-in-law. Avoiding will not help. No, how many days will you be out of home? This is not possible. You have your
Yeah.
office work. You have to stay here. Yes,
Yeah.
sister. So I hope you have understood everything. Okay. I hope I've been able to
Yes,
convince
ma'am.
you.
You convey how I manage. Yeah, yeah, definitely. You helped me a lot and convinced me very much. I and from my heart, I definitely thank you because without after with never meeting you, I feel very depressed. But after meeting you, I feel calm and take the I have make it calm and cool, and my tension will go on. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. You make me feel, and you have to save my married life too. Because if I never take the counseling session, so I don't know what happened in that situation. छोटी छोटी बात से कुछ हो जाता है और मुझे क्या पता छोड़ना पड़ते मैरिज लाइफ छोड़नी पड़ती क्योंकि ये छोटी छोटी बातें जो है ना यही डिस्टर्ब करती हैं और वो बड़ी बात बन जाती है so thank you ma'am, thank you so much, you convinced me very much.
Okay. I wish you all the best, sister.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tulika Daji, London Counselor for today's topic. Accept, do not expect. The post-marriage counseling for a wife who has approached our counselor stating that she is married for the last 2 years and working in the IT industry. Her husband is also working. Earlier she was working in a different city, but afterwards her husband joins her because he said that he can work from home. So he wants to be his wife. So after the marriage, the husband joined the wife who is working in a different city, and the wife is working for an MNC. And after a few years, her in-laws also joined them. The problems start after the in-laws join the husband and wife. Mother is quite dominating. She has an expectation from her daughter-in-law that she bears a child and she has a strong desire to become a grandmother. So she suggests her daughter, but the same, but the wife is working and what the old timing is against bearing a child. So this becomes a big issue between the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, for which they don't have the same agreement. Due to this, the relationship not only between the daughter-in-law and the mother-in-law is strained, but also the husband and the wife relationship is also not very good, though the husband is very loving. So due to this strained relationship, the wife leaves the home for 1 hour and goes to mother-in-law's place. And she seems to be not happy with her mother-in-law. And she wants to go her own way. And she's totally against bearing a child. So this is his main issue between the mother and the daughter-in-law, for which the wife has approached our counselor. After talking to the wife and understanding her problem, the counselor has suggested that it is her life, her choice, and after the child is there, she will only want to look after the child. So it is her choice, her own words, her own life. At the same time, you just think about it, because this is a dream of every wife to become a mother one day also. So she's totally against it. You can postpone it or she can avoid it. So there are several options open before the wife now. You can delay about bearing a child, or she can choose what she wants. So the suggestions given by my counselor or the wife decide, because nowadays we find that the couples are working. They want everything to be planned and they don't want to do anything which will hamper them from working them, because nowadays every company is very strict. They want the employees to come on time, and also the holidays are not available when the lady is pregnant. So depending on all these problems that the wife is facing now, the one thing is sure that the mother-in-law must know that it's a very complicated relationship between the mother and the daughter-in-law, but mother-in-law should know it, that the relationship is very cordial if she is not interfering in their personal life. As and when any advice is required, then only we can suggest. Otherwise, she should treat the daughter-in-law as her own daughter and give advice only when it's required. But one thing is sure that by invoking the spirituality in their life, maybe that the understanding will be better, and the best solution is to go for Raj Yoga meditation. Maybe that nowadays everybody knows that peace is very important. Children are required, now the young generation is very careful about their life and when they want to become mother, everything is planned. So session was there to create the awareness that there is a generation gap. It was a different environment, different circumstances, and now everything is changed. So earlier, the younger generation used to listen to their mother-in-laws, father-in-law. And now that time is not there because things are going very fast and time is not there. And also pressure is there too much of the work. And there is young people are very much stressed and depressed and they already squeezed. There's a lot of problems with them. So hopefully that the solution given by our counselor be accepted by the daughter-in-law and she will decide what she needs to do with her life. The one thing is show that she must respect her mother and talk to her nicely and politely. Maybe the opinions can be different, but even then, we can agree on all the disagreement with politeness. We should be humble. We should respect each other. Our relationship is maintained no matter what happens because elders want their children to remain happy. Thank you very much. We're live on YouTube as well as Facebook. Maybe that the negative thoughts can be changed to positive, and also maybe with the meditation and with the Amritwala, some practice, some good solution can be developed and hopefully this will be followed. Thanks. We're live on YouTube as well as Facebook. We accept any kind of mental health related counseling. We can reach to filling a free counseling form website name at www.speechreceiver.com.in. And also we can be contacted number 932107078. Thanks very much to the counselor and Dr. Melody. The counseling session comes from this.